Hey, this is Dale Guiducci with Home-Based Solar Sales, and 2 years in the making, Home-Based Solar Sales. It's finally time to get our YouTube channel started, and I'm excited about that. It's something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, but when you're starting in the solar industry, you're starting a new business in the solar industry, it takes a minute to get that all set up before you can actually go out to the public and tell folks what you're doing. So that's what I'm doing right now. This is our inaugural video, and I'm really excited about it. So subscribe to the channel for sure, because the whole goal now is to start pumping out videos to the general public. But today, what I want to talk to folks about is I've got a question for solar pros. Question for solar pros. Those of you that have been in the industry for a while, you're making sales, you're in and out of maybe different solar companies, right? I've talked to so many people that have been in the solar industry for a long time, and it's not a steady climb, right? It's in and out and blips on the radar and things like that. But my question to you is, if you're in the solar industry and you love what you do and you see the opportunity there to make a lot of money, how long will it take you to achieve financial security in solar, so that you will be able to stop working and live off of passive income? How long is that going to take you? And it's a super important question for every one of us in the solar industry to ask ourselves and hopefully come up with an answer, right? You got to come up with an answer. You got to put a math to this, right? Let's say you save $100,000 a year for 10 years. You earn that much money in solar, so you're saving $100,000 a year, and you do that for 10 years, okay? You invest it wisely, and let's say you're getting a 10% return. Well, at the end of 10 years, you got $1 million in the bank, and now you're getting 10% on it. That's $100,000 a year passive income. Now, you might say that's not enough for me. I want more. I want to save more than 100,000. I'm using nice round numbers. 100,000 a year, 10 years, that's $1 million at 10%. That's $100,000 a year passive income. Now, keep in mind, $100,000 a year in 10 years isn't going to be what it is today. It's not going to buy what it buys today. Okay. And selling solar's a great career. There's a lot of reasons to be in this industry, the ability to earn that really great living. But let's face it, there's not a lot of security in selling solar. Installation companies change the way that they're doing business. They go out of business, just like Titan Solar here recently. Lead generation is constantly changing, isn't it? And man, I heard some horror stories about lead generation companies that have taken people's money because they're just unscrupulous. They're just not doing business the right way. And perhaps the way a lead gen company is working right now, well, the whole face of that industry changes, and they've got to change it up, and then of course it affects you. And oh, by the way, with lead gen, costs have skyrocketed. Lead generation 5 years ago, on a cost per lead or acquisition cost for leads per solar sale, was way less than it is today. Okay. The other thing about, and we're talking lack of security in the industry right now, is state laws changing. Of course, Nevada changed their law in I think it was 2023 or at the beginning of this year. Maybe it took effect January of 2024, where you have to be a W-2 employee for a general contractor in order to sell directly in Nevada. That changed the game in Nevada. Well, the state of Washington just changed as well, and now you have to be a W-2 employee of a general contractor in the state of Washington. What if you're selling in a particular state and your state does the same thing? That could dramatically change your business. Now, can you fix that? Can you get around that problem? Yeah, but that's going to be a major hiccup in your business and affect your ability to earn that income for that particular year, let's say. The other thing is and I ask this because it's something, if you're a young person, right? Let's say you're a young guy, you're a young lady, and you're 30 years old. And of course, I'm not 30. You can look at me, right? So I know this better than you, that when you're 30, you think you can conquer the world physically and mentally. When you're 40, when you're 45, when you're 50, things start to creep in, and you're kind of going, wow, I don't have the physical energy that I did 10 years ago, 20 years ago, etc. So the question is, can you physically and mentally sustain selling solar for a 10-year period, long enough, whether it's 10 years or more, to gain that financial independence? I've talked to so many people in the solar industry, and they've had great years and they've had terrible years. They've had, phenomenal streaks, and then they've had slumps. And of course, if you're a solar pro, if you've been in this industry for any length of time, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm trying to get you to recognize reality. Okay. There's no insurance in solar. Like, solar companies aren't giving you, insurance benefits for you and your family, right? You've got to go out and gain those on your own. There's no retirement plan, right? There's none of those things that would help you with the security of being in the solar industry. So with all of that to consider, and more things that you can think of, working in traditional solar to get to the point where you can gather enough money so that you could stop working and live off investments, live passively, is a bit of a long shot. So we have a different business model that mitigates some of the risk in solar and gives you an opportunity to build a solar business that can sustain you through the ups and downs, instead of you working on your own as just a solar salesperson. So instead of you working alone, you can have a team of people selling around the country. Okay, so let's say you are selling in, I don't know, Florida. You're selling in Florida. Things could and probably will change in selling solar in Florida. One-to-one net metering, will that continue? Or will they change that just like they've done in California and other states? Is that a trend that's coming in solar? Probably so. So if that changes, how's that going to affect your business? If it's just you're the only hunter-gatherer out there bringing in the money every single month, how's that going to affect your plan to get to financial independence so that you can stop selling, that you can stop working and enjoying life? Whenever that point is, how would that affect your business? Probably fairly dramatically. Solar's an industry that's going to be ever changing, right? Those things can happen. But what if you had people selling in other states that aren't affected by that? Okay, going back to the state of Washington, with that law that just took effect in Washington. Well, people that are selling in Washington are dramatically affected. But what if they had people selling in other states? Their risk is mitigated. That's what I'm talking about. You can have people all over the country that you bring into your business selling solar in other states, working with different installation companies, and different state laws in different markets. And you can earn overrides and bonuses on what they're doing. So if you have a blip in your local market, it's not going to affect you as dramatically. And talking about installation companies, we don't work with just one installation company. We do have national installers that we work with that install in multiple states, but we also have mitigated that risk. Because again, let's look at Titan Solar. If someone was working just with Titan Solar, their business was dramatically affected, wasn't it? So we don't do that. We also have regional installers, top regional installers that we've vetted, installers that have tremendous Google reviews or reviews of all kinds out there, that are A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, that are accredited with the Better Business Bureau. They are stellar regional companies. We have those all over the country. So while you're working with us, you have a choice. I can go with a national installer that might install in Florida or California or wherever, but we also have regional installers that you could choose from as well. So if something happens with that national installer, is it going to affect us? A little bit, sure, but we have backup and we have choices right now. As far as lead gen is concerned, we will show you how to have a team of setters that are paid directly by the company, that are setting leads for you in whatever markets that you and or your team are working. And you can still buy leads. You can still door knock if you want, but we're going to show you how to do it a different way, that you can have leads coming in that aren't going to cost you $300, $400, $500, $1,000 per sale to be able to generate those leads. We're going to show you a different way. And we do a lot of other things differently as well. I'm not going to spell it out all in this video and make this really lengthy for you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place a link in the description below, and it's going to take you to our website. In that web page that you're going to visit, you will see a video that's going to A to Z explain our entire business model, go into our compensation plan. We have a revenue share plan. We don't work off a red line. That may twist your head around just by me saying that. So I want you to watch the video and see that. And we have bonuses and we have overrides. And if you're producing a certain number of sales every single month with whoever it is you're working with right now, and you take those sales and you plug it into our compensation plan, you're going to make a lot more money with the way that we pay you. So keep that in mind. So we are going to, like I said, put a link in the description, click it, go to that website, watch that video. And then underneath that video, you are going to be able to book some time via Zoom with me and hammer me with questions. Bring it, right? Bring on your questions, and I'll do my very, very best to answer those questions. Okay. So if you're tired of doing the same thing you've always been doing and not getting the results you want, or you're looking down the road and you realize that achieving your goals just might not be a reality because if certain things happen, it's not going to work out for you, then go ahead and click that link. And listen, once you watch that video on that webpage, if you think we're crazy, you haven't wasted a lot of time. It's going to take you 18 or 19 minutes, I think, is the length of that video. But for most people that are watching right now, I'm telling you, what we do is it's coming. Okay, we are the tip of the spear in terms of changing the way solar is being sold. Someone has to do it because there's too many people out there that are putting their heart and soul into selling solar, doing it the right way with honesty and ethics, and it's just not working out for them because there's too much risk in selling solar right now. So if you feel that you might want to take a look and see a different company, a different approach, a company that's putting homeowners first and still paying great commissions to people like you, but taking care of the background stuff and again mitigating that risk so that you will have a long-term opportunity and you can build a solar business instead of just having a solar sales job. Click that link, go watch that video, and schedule some time via Zoom, and we can talk one-on-one. I really appreciate the fact that you were here. This is the first video for Home Based Solar Sales YouTube channel. Please subscribe, like the video, comment if you like. If you hated the video, tell me you hated it. But if you're curious, tell me you're curious and click that link and go watch the video on our website. And we'll come back to you with another video real soon. Take good care.